Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you another lesson on our sports series.
We're talking about baseball today.
Baseball, the American national pastime.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So we're going to be looking at this interesting sport that is played mainly in the Caribbean. And, well, it's actually very popular in the United States and Japan.
That's right.
Korea.
Yep. So we're not only going to learn a bunch of baseball language, but we're also going to see how baseball has a big influence on English in general.
That's right. So we're going to learn a lot of great things today. So why don't we start and listen to our dialogue?
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome back to today's game. My name is Rick Fields, and of course, I am here once again with the man that seals the deal, Bob Copeland.
It's a beautiful day to see two world-class teams face each other and fight for their right to be called champions.
Well, the national anthem has just been sung, and the umpire has started the game. It's time to play ball.
Roger Vargas is up at bat. Pitcher winds up and strike one.
Very nice curveball by the pitcher. The catcher gives him the sign. He winds up, and Vargas gets a line drive.
The players are scrambling to get the ball. Vargas gets to first base, and he's still going. The outfielder throws it to second. Vargas slides. He's safe.
Great play.
We have a runner on third, and up at bat is Brian Okami. There's the pitch. He hits it. It's going. That ball is gone.
Home run by Okami. That puts this team ahead by 2 as we are at the bottom of the 5th inning here at Ritchie Stadium.
All right, well, a pretty exciting game there at Ritchie Stadium.
Exactly, and we have some interesting players, Roger Vargas and Brian Okami. All right, so, well, we saw some great words, and, well, it's time for us to take a look at them now in Language Takeaway.
Language Takeaway.
Okay, we're going to look at some common sports and baseball words here. Now, the first phrase, we'll hear this almost at any sort of international sports event, right?
Exactly. And it's the national anthem.
National anthem.
National anthem.
So this is a song, right?
Exactly. It's the song that you sing about your country. And many people confuse it, right?
Yeah, a lot of people might say national hymn.
Okay, hymn. Because in some languages, it might be like a hymn, like literally translating.
Yep.
But in English, it's called the national anthem.
The national anthem.
All right. So what about our next word?
Well, we were talking about the pitcher.
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 The pitcher.
Pitcher.
Okay, and now this is one of the players on a baseball team, and his job is to
throw the ball.
To throw the ball really fast.
So that the guy can hit it with the bat.
Okay, so that's the pitcher. Now, the interesting thing is that the baseball commentator said the pitcher winds up.
Winds up.
To wind up.
To wind up. Okay, well, let me paint you a picture.
Okay.
So imagine a clock. And you're turning the clock to wind it up, to get it ready to go.
To make it work.
Exactly. So imagine the pitcher doing the same sort of thing, bringing his arm back behind him, getting ready to throw the ball.
Okay, so that is to wind up. Very good. So you can use this word not only in baseball, but for other things that require you to do this action.
Right, to turn something and get it ready to have lots of power.
Like some toys.
Yep.
Or maybe like a music box. Okay. Wind up. What about our next phrase?
Well, Roger Vargas hit a line drive.
Line drive.
Line drive.
Okay, so what is a line drive?
Well, it's a term from baseball, and when you hit a line drive, you hit the ball sort of low on towards the ground, and it travels along the outside of the field.
Right, so the ball basically travels along the foul line.
That white line.
The white line,
Yep.
Exactly. Very good. So that's a line drive.
And so the players on the field were scrambling to get the ball.
Scrambling. Now, we know scrambled eggs from one of our lessons.
Yes, but the verb to scramble means to move quickly in a disorganized way to do something.
Okay, so the players are moving very fast, trying to get the ball, but they're not doing it very well.
Right. And you can use this in other ways, right? Not just in baseball.
Right. For example, we can say, the people are scrambling to buy their tickets for the concert.
Yeah. Or I'm going on vacation tomorrow and I'm scrambling to get everything ready.
Exactly. It's a very good term that you can use also in your daily life.
Exactly.
All right. And what about our last word for today on Language Takeaway?
Well, they were in the 5th inning of the game.
Okay, so inning.
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 All right, this is another baseball term, and it just means the period of play.
Okay, so we learned, for example, that in soccer you have 2 halves.
Or in hockey, you have 3 periods.
All right. And in baseball you have 9 innings.
Okay, great. So some interesting sports and baseball vocabulary. Now, I think it'll help us to hear this again slower. So let's listen to the dialogue.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome back to today's game. My name is Rick Fields, and of course, I am here once again with the man that seals the deal, Bob Copeland.
It's a beautiful day to see 2 world-class teams face each other and fight for their right to be called champions.
Well, the national anthem has just been sung, and the umpire has started the game. It's time to play ball.
Roger Vargas is up at bat. The pitcher winds up, and strike 1.
A very nice curveball by the pitcher. The catcher gives him the sign. He winds up, and Vargas gets a line drive.
The players are scrambling to get the ball. Vargas gets to first base, and he's still going. The outfielder throws it to second. Vargas slides. He's safe.
Great play.
We have a runner on third, and up at bat is Brian Okami. There's the pitch. He hits it. It's going. That ball is gone.
Home run by Okami. That puts this team ahead by 2 as we are at the bottom of the 5th inning here at Ritchie Stadium.
All right, so as we said, there are a lot of English terms that come from baseball, but we use them in business context or in your daily life, right?
Yeah, why don't we look at those now in Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
All right, so the first phrase that we have is up to bat.
Up to bat.
Up to bat.
So literally, in this dialogue, it means the guy is standing on home plate ready to hit the ball, right?
Right. He has the bat and he's ready to hit it.
But what about in other contexts?
So, for example, you can be at a meeting and maybe it's your turn to talk.
So you're up to bat.
So, exactly. Your boss will say, okay, Erica, you're up to bat.
Okay, so it means sort of like it's your turn.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, so that's another term that is used in baseball, but very commonly used in other circumstances.
So we also saw in the dialogue that Roger Vegas, he hit the ball, but he missed, and that was strike 1.
Right, strike 1. So in baseball, you have 3 strikes.
3 tries.
3 tries before you're out.
Yes.
And so now the same thing happens in daily life.
So if someone says, that was strike 1.
It means you made the first mistake.
Yes, and if you make 2 more, you will be fired, for
Maybe.
example. Yeah.
Or maybe your parents will say, okay, that wasn't nice, strike 1.
And then 2 more times and you'll have a timeout.
Or you'll be grounded.
Yes.
Okay, so that's also called a strike. And the pitcher threw a curveball.
A curveball.
Curveball.
So, okay, pretty clear. A curveball is when you throw the ball and it sort of goes in a curve. It doesn't go straight, right?
Right, exactly.
But how can this be used outside of baseball?
So you can say, oh, my boss threw me a curveball today.
So he gave you an unexpected problem.
Or something that was difficult to handle.
Okay, this one is pretty interesting. I'd like to hear a few more examples.
Example 1.
My boss threw me a curveball today, so I have to stay and work late.
Example 2. It was a huge curveball when she asked me how many kids I wanted to have. How am I supposed to know?
All right, so that's basically a curveball. You can say an unexpected problem or situation.
That's right.
And our last phrase, and well, probably one that's you already know, home run.
A home run.
A home run.
From baseball, we know that that's when you hit the ball really far.
And you hit it outside of the playing area or outside the park.
Yes.
And now if you use it in a business context or in your daily life,
it means something similar. Why don't we take a listen to the examples and see if we can figure it out?
Example 1.
Great job on that sales presentation. You really hit a home run.
Example 2. Our sales team hit a home run this month by doubling our revenue.
Okay, so basically a home run is a success.
A victory.
A victory.
Yeah, a big accomplishment.
That's right. So we've seen a lot of these great phrases, and as you can see, a lot of them from baseball are used in your daily life, and there are many, many more.
Okay, well, why don't we hear them again in the baseball context, and we'll listen to the dialogue one more time.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome back to today's game. My name is Rick Fields, and of course, I am here once again with the man that seals the deal, Bob Copeland.
It's a beautiful day to see two world-class teams face each other and fight for their right to be called champions.
Well, the national anthem has just been sung, and the umpire has started the game. It's time to play ball.
Roger Vargas is up at bat. Pitcher winds up and strike one.
Very nice curveball by the pitcher. The catcher gives him the sign. He winds up, and Vargas gets a line drive.
The players are scrambling to get the ball. Vargas gets to first base, and he's still going. The outfielder throws it to second. Vargas slides. He's safe.
Great play.
We have a runner on third, and up at bat is Brian Okami. There's the pitch. He hits it. It's going. That ball is gone.
Home run by Okami. That puts this team ahead by 2 as we are at the bottom of the 5th inning here at Ritchie Stadium.
All right, so an interesting dialogue, a very interesting sport. And well, personally, I never played this as a child.
Me neither, really.
I don't really like it too much, but it is kind of fun to go to a game, and especially in the United States, have those hot dogs and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, a cultural event, a really important piece of American culture.
Exactly.
Have you ever been to a live baseball game and felt the energy of thousands of fans cheering together? Do you remember your first time in a stadium? Or the most exciting game you've ever seen? Now, listen carefully to this story and see if it brings back your own memories. I still remember the first time I went to a real baseball game. It wasn't just a game. It felt like stepping into another world. The sun was warm, the smell of popcorn and grilled hot dogs floated in the air, and the sound of cheering fans rolled over the stadium like waves. I had grown up seeing baseball only in movies, so being here in person felt almost unreal. My friend Alex had invited me, saying, "You can't live in America without going to at least one game." He was a huge fan, the kind who could name every player, every statistic, and every historic win. We found our seats halfway up the stands with a perfect view of the field. Down below, the players were warming up, stretching, tossing balls to each other, and laughing under the bright afternoon sky. Then, the announcer's deep voice boomed through the stadium. "Please stand for the national anthem." Everyone rose to their feet, hats off, and a beautiful voice began to sing. I didn't know all the words, but the moment gave me goosebumps. After the anthem, the umpire's call rang out, "Play ball!" and the crowd roared. The pitcher wound up and sent the first fastball flying toward the batter, who swung and missed. The man next to me shouted, "Strike one!" and slapped his friend on the back. I smiled, not because I understood all the rules yet, but because I could feel the excitement. It was the start of something I didn't expect, a day that would change the way I thought about sports forever. The first few minutes of the game felt like a blur. I was still trying to understand what was happening, while Alex kept explaining every little detail. "See the guy with the bat? He's up to bat," he said, leaning close so I could hear over the noise. "It means it's his turn to try and hit the ball." The pitcher wound up again, twisting his body like a spring before releasing the ball in a quick, smooth motion. Crack! The batter connected, and the ball shot forward in a low, fast line. "That's a line drive," Alex shouted, jumping to his feet. The crowd's energy exploded as the players scrambled across the field, gloves snapping, shoes pounding the dirt. The runner dashed toward first base, dust flying behind him, then kept going toward second. The outfielder scooped up the ball and hurled it in one clean motion. The runner slid into second base just as the fielder's glove closed on the ball. "Safe!" the umpire called, and the fans cheered. I found myself clapping too, even though I wasn't entirely sure why this moment was so important. But it didn't matter. I was caught in the rhythm of the game. The stadium felt alive, vendors weaving through the aisles shouting "cold drinks" and "hot dogs here," kids waving foam fingers, and the scoreboard flashing bright graphics. I realized then that baseball wasn't only about the rules or the points. It was about the atmosphere, the tension, and the joy that spread from one person to another like fire. And little by little, I was starting to feel like I belonged in it. By the third inning, I was leaning forward in my seat, eyes fixed on the field. I had started to pick up the rhythm. 3 strikes and you're out. 3 outs and the team switched places. Alex grinned at me, clearly pleased that I was finally getting it. The next batter stepped up, tapping the bat on the ground and adjusting his helmet. The pitcher nodded to the catcher, wound up, and threw a curveball that bent in the air like magic. The batter swung too late. Strike 1. The next pitch came fast and straight, and this time, crack! The ball soared high into the bright sky. For a second, it seemed like the whole stadium held its breath. "It's going, going," Alex started to shout, but the outfielder caught it just inches from the wall. The crowd let out a mix of cheers and groans. "Almost a home run," Alex sighed, shaking his head. Between plays, music played over the loudspeakers and fans clapped along. A group of kids in matching team shirts danced in the aisle, while 2 men a few rows down argued playfully over which team had the better pitcher. I sipped my soda, feeling the cool sweetness against the warm afternoon air, and realized something: I was actually having fun. I didn't need to know every stat or every rule. I was enjoying the energy, the suspense, and the way thousands of strangers were sharing the same heartbeat with every pitch. And in that moment, I understood why people called baseball America's pastime. It wasn't just a sport, it was an experience. By the 5th inning, the game had reached a whole new level of excitement. The score was tied, and every pitch felt like it could change everything. The announcer's voice boomed through the speakers. "Up to bat, Brian Okami!" The crowd erupted, waving banners and clapping. Alex leaned toward me, eyes wide. "This guy can hit it out of the park. Watch closely." The pitcher stepped back, wound up with deliberate slowness, and hurled the ball. Crack! The sound echoed through the stadium as the ball shot high and far into the outfield. The crowd rose to their feet, shouting and pointing. "It's going! Going! Gone!" the announcer yelled. "Home run!" People screamed, hugged strangers, and waved hats in the air. I found myself yelling too, swept up in the joy, even though I had never heard of Brian Okami before today. As he rounded the bases with a confident smile, the scoreboard flashed his name in bright lights. The team's score jumped ahead, and music blasted while the stadium shook with applause. Vendors couldn't even get through the aisles because fans were standing and cheering so loudly. Alex laughed and slapped my shoulder. "Now that's what baseball is all about." I nodded, still catching my breath. I wasn't just watching anymore. I was part of the game's heartbeat. And as I looked around at the smiling faces, I felt a strange mix of pride and belonging, as if I had been coming to games my whole life. After Okami's home run, the energy in the stadium didn't fade, it grew. Every pitch, every swing, every catch seemed to matter even more now. The opposing team fought hard, and soon the bases were loaded. Alex explained that this meant all 3 bases had a runner, and if the batter hit well, they could score multiple runs. The tension was almost unbearable. The pitcher stepped onto the mound, glaring at the batter, and the crowd fell into a heavy silence. Thwack! The bat connected, sending the ball low along the baseline. "Line drive!" Alex shouted. The infielder scrambled, diving and sliding to stop it. One runner made it home, safe. The next was caught in a close play at the plate, out. The roar of the crowd was deafening. My heart was racing like I was the one running between the bases. Between innings, the stadium filled with music again, and on the giant screen, a kiss cam had people laughing and blushing. Vendors moved through the rows, the smell of hot pretzels and roasted peanuts drifting past us. I realized I hadn't even thought about my phone for hours. I wasn't checking messages or thinking about work. I was living completely in the moment. The game wasn't just a series of plays. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and I was strapped in for every twist and turn. As the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting golden light across the field, I knew one thing. Win or lose, this was a day I'd never forget. The 7th inning began with the crowd still buzzing, but there was a new kind of energy now, tired but determined. The home team was ahead by just 1 run, and everyone knew the game could still swing in either direction. The pitcher for our team was replaced, and the new one jogged onto the field to loud applause. "Fresh arm," Alex said. "Let's hope he keeps it together." The first batter from the other team stepped up, and the duel began. Strike 1. Cheers. Strike 2. Louder cheers. Then came the third pitch, a curveball that fooled everyone, except the batter. Crack! The ball flew into deep center field. The outfielder sprinted back, eyes locked on the ball, and caught it right before hitting the wall. The crowd exploded in relief. As the inning went on, I could feel the pressure building with each out. The scoreboard glowed against the darkening sky, and the stadium lights shone brightly, giving the field an almost magical glow. Between plays, fans were on their feet, waving flags, chanting and singing. It felt like the whole city had gathered in one place, united for a single purpose. I wasn't just watching strangers play a sport anymore. I was part of something bigger, something that mattered to everyone here. And as the final out of the inning was made, the stadium roared like a living creature, ready for the last push toward victory. The final inning began with everyone on edge. The home team still led by a single run, but the visiting team had their strongest hitters coming up. The crowd was on their feet, clapping in unison, trying to push the players toward victory. The first batter hit a ground ball straight to shortstop, out at first base. Cheers erupted, but no one relaxed yet. The second batter swung hard and sent the ball into the gap between left and center field. The outfielder sprinted, stretched out his glove, and caught it in midair. 2 outs, just one more. The tension was almost unbearable. The last batter stepped up, his bat resting on his shoulder. The pitcher wound up, threw a fastball, strike 1. Another pitch, strike 2. The crowd was chanting, "Let's go! Let's go!" The pitcher paused, took a deep breath, and fired the third pitch. Swing, miss. Strike 3. Game over, the announcer shouted. The stadium erupted in a deafening roar. Fans hugged, high-fived, and waved their team flags in triumph. Alex grabbed my shoulder, shaking me with excitement. "You just saw a perfect ending," he laughed. I couldn't stop smiling. As we walked out of the stadium under the bright night lights, I felt like I had been part of something unforgettable. Baseball wasn't just a sport, it was a story, an emotion, a shared heartbeat between thousands of strangers. And now it was a story I could call my own.
Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Ranking with the best in the whole world.
World class.
The song that represents a country and that is played in ceremonies.
National anthem.
A person who controls and judges a baseball game.
Umpire.
Get ready to hit the ball.
Up at bat.
Get the energy to throw the ball.
Wind up.
A ball thrown on a curve, not straight, that is hard to hit.
Curveball.
The player who throws the ball to the batter.
Pitcher.
The player behind home plate who catches the ball without being hit.
Catcher.
A hit that travels low along the baseline.
Line drive.
Do something quickly and in a disorganized way.
Scramble.
A player who plays in the area that is relatively far from the pitch.
Outfielder.
Successfully gets to the base.
Safe.
A hit that strikes the ball out of the field.
Home run.
A set of baseball containing a turn at bat and a turn in field for each side.
Inning.
The next in line to do something.
Up to bat.
An approximate number.
Ballpark figure.
To do something very well or very successfully.
Hit it out of the park.
Immediately, without delay.
Off the bat.
An unusual, crazy, or eccentric person.
Screwball.
Let's try that faster.
Immediately, without delay.
Off the bat.
The song that represents a country and that is played in ceremonies.
National anthem.
The player behind home plate who catches the ball without being hit.
Catcher.
Get ready to hit the ball.
Up at bat.
A ball thrown on a curve, not straight, that is hard to hit.
Curveball.
An approximate number.
Ballpark figure.
To do something very well or very successfully.
Hit it out of the park.
A hit that strikes the ball out of the field.
Home run.
Ranking with the best in the whole world.
World class.
Do something quickly and in a disorganized way.
Scramble.
A player who plays in the area that is relatively far from the pitch.
Outfielder.
The next in line to do something.
Up to bat.
A set of baseball containing a turn at bat and a turn in field for each side.
Inning.
A hit that travels low along the baseline.
Line drive.
An unusual, crazy, or eccentric person.
Screwball.
Successfully gets to the base.
Safe.
The player who throws the ball to the batter.
Pitcher.
A person who controls and judges a baseball game.
Umpire.
Get the energy to throw the ball.
Wind up.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
World class.
That was a world-class performance that the actors displayed tonight.
World class.
We are building a world-class management team.
World class.
Our company aspires to be world-class leaders in IT development.
Curveball.
My boss threw me a curveball today, so I have to stay and work late.
Curveball.
It was a huge curveball when she asked me how many kids I wanted to have. How am I supposed to know?
Curveball.
I've been thrown so many curveballs this month with this new project. I can't take it anymore. Great job on that sales presentation. You really hit a home run. Our sales team hit a home run this month by doubling our revenue. Janice hit a home run today with her great dissertation on consumer psychology. Our team is ahead by 5 points. We are going to win. That runner is ahead of everyone else by more than 2 minutes. Our sales team is ahead by more than $1,000 on this month's target sales.
Scramble.
I woke up late today and had to scramble to work as fast as I could.
Scramble.
When Mike's cat got lost, we all scrambled around the neighborhood looking for him.
Scramble.
I saw a mouse in the kitchen, but he scrambled under the stove before I could catch it.
Baseball is more than a sport. It is a part of everyday English. The topic of this podcast is baseball, the game itself, the useful words you hear at the stadium, and the many expressions that come from baseball and appear in daily conversation. If you learn these words, you will understand sports commentary, follow a game, and use common idioms like hit a home run or throw a curveball in real situations. Imagine you are at a baseball field. The announcer says, "Play ball," and the game begins. Two teams take turns batting and fielding. A player with a bat stands up to bat, or at the plate, ready to hit the ball. The pitcher throws the ball toward the batter. The catcher sits behind the batter and catches missed throws. Out on the grass, the outfielders and infielders wait to catch or stop the ball. These position names, pitcher, batter, catcher, outfielder, are basic vocabulary you will hear again and again. A baseball game is divided into innings. There are 9 innings in a standard professional game. Each inning gives both teams a turn to bat and a turn to field. When the ball is hit hard and leaves the playing field, the batter has hit a home run. People say home run to mean a big success in life or work, too. For example, her presentation was a home run, means it went very well. When the pitcher throws the ball, it can be a strike or a ball. If the batter swings and misses, that is a strike. 3 strikes and the batter is out. If the batter hits a low, fast shot that moves along the ground, that is a line drive. If fielders move quickly and in a hurry, you can say they are scrambling. When a runner slides into a base to avoid being tagged, we say he slides, and the umpire will call him safe or out. Baseball gives many everyday expressions. To throw a curveball means to surprise someone with an unexpected problem or question. To step up to the plate means to accept responsibility or take action. To touch base means to check in with someone briefly. If you need an approximate number, you might ask for a ballpark figure. If something is a complete success, people say, "You hit it out of the park." And when someone fails badly, you can say, "They struck out." Try short example sentences. "My manager threw me a curveball today." Or, "Let's touch base after the meeting." When you watch or listen to a game, listen for simple phrases. He's up to bat. Pitcher winds up. Strike 1. He hits it. That's a foul ball. He's safe. And that's a home run. These short phrases are very common and help you follow the action. You can practice by watching short highlights and repeating these lines out loud. Saying them will train your ear for rhythm and pronunciation. There are small but useful nouns to remember. Inning, run, a point in baseball, base, first, second, third, bat, ball, glove, scoreboard, and umpire, the referee. Useful questions you can say, "Who's pitching tonight? How many runs are they up by? What inning is it? Or, did he steal second base?" These questions help you join sports talk naturally. Finally, baseball language appears in business and daily life. Saying "hit a home run" about a project or "throw someone a curveball at work" makes your English sound natural and idiomatic. Practice these words in short sentences, listen to short game clips, and try to use one baseball expression each day in a real conversation. Baseball vocabulary gives you both sport knowledge and practical English that you can use everywhere. Baseball is full of action, and every move on the field has its own special name. Understanding these actions will not only help you follow the game, but will also give you useful words for everyday English. For example, when a player runs from one base to another, it's called advancing to the next base. If he does it without the ball being hit, it's called stealing a base. In daily life, people might say, "He stole a base," to describe someone taking a smart or bold opportunity. The pitcher is one of the most important players. His job is to throw the ball toward the batter in a way that makes it hard to hit. The pitcher might throw a fastball, which is a very quick pitch, or a curveball, which moves in a surprising way. In business or conversation, when someone surprises you with an unexpected challenge, you might say, "They threw me a curveball." This is a perfect example of sports language in real life. When the batter hits the ball, it can land in different ways. A fly ball is one that goes high into the air, and an outfielder will try to catch it before it hits the ground. A ground ball is one that rolls along the field. If the ball goes outside the allowed lines, it's a foul ball. These words, fly ball, ground ball, foul ball, are simple and clear, and you can practice them by watching highlights and naming each hit. If the batter reaches a base without being tagged out, he is safe. The umpire, who is the referee in baseball, will signal with his arms and say, "safe." If the player is tagged before reaching the base, the umpire will say, "out." These two short words, safe and out, are easy to understand and very common in everyday speech, too. For example, you might tell a friend, "You're safe to come over now," meaning it's okay, or "You're out of time," meaning time is finished. Another exciting part of baseball is when a batter hits the ball far enough to run around all the bases and score. This is the famous home run. In English, home run is also used to describe something that is a big success. If a student gives an excellent presentation, you can say, "That was a home run." This makes your language sound more natural and colorful. The field itself has special names. The grassy area far from the batter is the outfield, and the dirt area close to the bases is the infield. The area where the pitcher stands is the pitcher's mound, and the place where the batter stands is the batter's box. Learning these names is useful because they appear in both sports commentary and casual conversation. By understanding these common actions, positions, and plays, you not only follow the game better, but also add many lively expressions to your English. Baseball language is everywhere, and once you learn it, you will hear it in movies, news reports, and even office meetings. Baseball is also a game of strategy, and understanding the choices that players make will help you enjoy it even more. Every pitch, every swing, and every movement on the field is part of a bigger plan. For example, a pitcher may choose to throw a fastball to surprise the batter with speed, or a changeup to make the ball slower than expected. This difference in speed can confuse the batter and cause a missed swing. In daily English, the word changeup can be used to describe any situation where someone changes their usual style to surprise others. The batter also uses strategy. Sometimes, instead of swinging hard, the batter may lightly tap the ball so it rolls just a short distance. This is called a bunt. A bunt can surprise the fielders and give the runner a chance to reach base. In life, a bunt could mean doing something small but clever to reach your goal. Base running also involves smart thinking. A runner might take a lead, standing a little bit away from the base, to be ready to run quickly. If the pitcher tries to catch the runner off the base, it's called a pickoff attempt. These moments are exciting because they require quick reactions from both the runner and the pitcher. Fielders have their own strategies too. The infielders may move closer to the batter if they expect a short hit, or the outfielders may step back if they think the ball will be hit far. This is called shifting the defense. You can use shift in everyday English to describe moving your position or changing your approach, like, "We need to shift our focus to another project." Even the order of the players, known as the batting lineup, is carefully planned. The strongest hitters often bat in the middle of the lineup, while faster runners may bat earlier to get on base. The way a coach sets the lineup can make a big difference in the game's outcome. In life, lineup can also mean a planned order or group, such as, "We have a great lineup of speakers today." Another important moment is the double play. This happens when the fielders get 2 outs during the same play. It's quick, efficient, and changes the game's momentum. In everyday life, you might call something a double play if it solves 2 problems at once. Baseball teaches patience, timing, and decision-making. The strategies on the field mirror many situations in life where you have to choose the right action at the right time. Learning these words and ideas not only improves your sports vocabulary, but also gives you ways to describe clever actions in daily English. One of the most exciting parts of baseball is the tension between the pitcher and the batter. Every pitch is like a small battle, with both players trying to outsmart each other. The pitcher can throw different types of pitches: slider, fastball, curveball, changeup, or even a knuckleball. Each pitch moves differently, and the batter has only a split second to decide whether to swing. In daily English, you might use these terms metaphorically. For example, "He threw me a curveball" means someone gave you an unexpected challenge, while "she came at me with a fastball" could mean someone acted directly and quickly. When the batter connects with the ball, the sound of the bat hitting it is called the crack of the bat, a classic baseball moment. If the ball flies far into the stands, it's a home run. If it bounces off the wall, the batter might reach second base or even third base. In casual speech, people sometimes use first base, second base, and so on as metaphors for progress toward a goal. Not every hit is perfect. A pop-up is a ball that goes high but not far, making it easy for a fielder to catch. A strikeout happens when the batter gets 3 strikes. In life, strikeout can mean failing at something, like, I tried to get the job, but I struck out. On the other hand, a walk occurs when the pitcher throws 4 balls outside the strike zone and the batter gets to go to first base without swinging. In conversation, walk can suggest taking something easy or without effort. Fielding also has its own drama. An outfielder sprinting to catch a fly ball can make a diving catch, which is when they leap forward to grab the ball before it touches the ground. In daily talk, make a catch can mean securing something valuable, like, that job is a great catch. Similarly, an infield player might make a bare-handed play, catching and throwing the ball without using a glove, a sign of quick skill and confidence. Sometimes the crowd gets loud when a runner tries to steal a base, racing to the next base before the ball arrives. This requires speed, timing, and courage. In everyday English, steal can mean getting something before others have a chance, like she stole the spotlight at the meeting. All of these moments, the pitch, the hit, the catch, the run, are more than just sports actions. They're pieces of a language puzzle. By connecting these baseball words to real-life situations, you make them easier to remember and more fun to use. And when you hear them in a game, a movie, or a conversation, you'll understand them instantly. Baseball also has its own rhythm and atmosphere, which makes it unique. The game moves at a steady pace, giving time for players to think, for coaches to plan, and for fans to cheer or react. This slower rhythm is why baseball has so many expressions about patience and timing. For example, wait for your pitch means to be patient until you get the right opportunity. In life, you might use it to encourage someone not to rush into a decision. Don't hurry, wait for your pitch. The scoreboard tells the story of the game. It shows the score, the inning, the number of outs, and the count, which is the number of balls and strikes for the current batter. For example, a full count means 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the next pitch will be critical. In everyday conversation, full count can mean a situation where the next move is very important, such as, it's a full count. This meeting will decide the project's future. The fans also play a big role in baseball culture. They shout encouragement, clap, and sometimes chant the player's name. Some fans bring gloves to catch foul balls hit into the stands. The excitement of catching a ball is so strong that catching one can also be used in everyday speech for getting something rare or valuable, like finding that old book was like catching a foul ball. Music is another part of the baseball experience. Many stadiums play a player's walk-up song when they come to bat, and the famous tune "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" is sung during the 7th inning stretch, a short break for fans to stand, stretch, and sing together. You could use the idea of a walk-up song in everyday life to mean a piece of music that gets you motivated before something important, like, that song is my walk-up track before presentations. Food is part of the tradition too. People buy popcorn, peanuts, hot dogs, and cold drinks, making the game a social event as well as a sport. Talking about snacks and drinks is an easy way to practice casual English. I'll grab a hot dog and a soda, or let's share some popcorn. Even the weather affects the game. A sudden rain can cause a rain delay, pausing play until the field is safe again. In everyday life, a rain delay could mean any pause caused by unexpected circumstances. We had a rain delay on our project because the materials didn't arrive on time. All these traditions, the songs, the snacks, the cheers, the weather, create an atmosphere that is just as important as the game itself. Learning these cultural details helps you not only talk about baseball, but also connect with people who love it. It's not just about the rules, it's about the whole experience. Baseball is more than just a sport. It is a part of culture, history, and language. Many famous baseball moments have become symbols of determination, teamwork, and never giving up. Legendary players are remembered not only for their skills, but also for their attitude. For example, Babe Ruth, one of the greatest players of all time, once said, "Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game." This idea applies to life too. Don't let fear stop you from trying. The sport has also given English many idioms and phrases that are now used in everyday conversations. Expressions like play hardball mean to act tough and be very serious in negotiations. Out of left field describes something surprising or unusual, like an idea you didn't expect. Touch base means to briefly connect with someone, often to check progress or share updates. When you use these phrases, your English sounds more natural and colorful. Baseball even influences how people talk about success and failure. Hit it out of the park means doing something extremely well. 3 strikes and you're out means you only get a few chances before you lose an opportunity. These expressions come directly from the game, but are now part of everyday English in business, education, and social life. Another important value in baseball is teamwork. No single player can win a game alone. Fielders depend on each other to make plays, and batters rely on runners to score points. This is why covering all the bases means making sure every detail is taken care of. In conversation, you might say, "Let's cover all the bases before we send this email." Baseball also teaches resilience. A batter might fail to hit the ball most of the time, but they keep trying. In life, failure is part of the process, and baseball reminds us that even small successes can lead to victory in the end. For English learners, baseball is like a living dictionary of useful words and phrases. By learning the vocabulary of the game, you open the door to better understanding, conversations, news, and even jokes that native speakers use. And because these expressions are linked to real actions and images, they are easier to remember. Like the game itself, learning a language takes patience, practice, and persistence. Baseball gives us both the words and the lessons to keep moving forward, one pitch at a time. Baseball has a special way of bringing people together. Families, friends, and even strangers can sit side by side in a stadium, sharing food, cheering for their team, and talking between plays. It's a sport where conversations flow naturally, and for English learners, this makes it an excellent environment to practice speaking and listening. Asking someone, "Who's your favorite player?" or "Do you think they'll hit a home run?" can start a friendly chat, even with someone you just met. The game also creates lasting memories. Many people remember the first time they caught a foul ball, saw a dramatic home run, or experienced a game that went into extra innings. These moments are often retold like personal stories, full of excitement and emotion. For learners, listening to such stories is a chance to hear real emotional English and to notice how people use expressions naturally. Baseball traditions are also rich in cultural meaning. For example, throwing the first pitch before a game is an honor given to a special guest, and singing the national anthem before play begins is a sign of respect and unity. Even the way fans stand during the 7th-inning stretch is part of a shared ritual. Knowing these traditions not only helps you understand the sport, but also makes you feel more connected to the culture. Many communities have local baseball leagues where anyone can join and play for fun. Participating in such games is a great way to improve your English because you'll use sports vocabulary in real situations, calling for the ball, encouraging teammates, and talking about strategies. These interactions help you speak naturally and confidently. Baseball also teaches balance, balancing patience with quick action, balancing individual effort with teamwork, and balancing skill with strategy. These lessons are valuable both on and off the field. In many ways, learning English is the same. You need patience to build vocabulary, quick thinking to respond in conversation, teamwork when practicing with others, and strategy to focus on the most useful skills. By exploring baseball, the plays, the language, the culture, you're not just learning about a sport. You're learning a set of words, expressions, and ideas that are woven into everyday life. And just like in the game, every small step forward brings you closer to a win. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep swinging. You never know when you'll hit your own home run.
Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Ranking with the best in the whole world.
World class.
The song that represents a country and that is played in ceremonies.
National anthem.
A person who controls and judges a baseball game.
Umpire.
Get ready to hit the ball.
Up at bat.
Get the energy to throw the ball.
Wind up.
A ball thrown on a curve, not straight, that is hard to hit.
Curveball.
The player who throws the ball to the batter.
Pitcher.
The player behind home plate who catches the ball without being hit.
Catcher.
A hit that travels low along the baseline.
Line drive.
Do something quickly and in a disorganized way.
Scramble.
A player who plays in the area that is relatively far from the pitch.
Outfielder.
Successfully gets to the base.
Safe.
A hit that strikes the ball out of the field.
Home run.
A set of baseball containing a turn at bat and a turn in field for each side.
Inning.
The next in line to do something.
Up to bat.
An approximate number.
Ballpark figure.
To do something very well or very successfully.
Hit it out of the park.
Immediately, without delay.
Off the bat.
An unusual, crazy, or eccentric person.
Screwball.
Let's try that faster.
Immediately, without delay.
Off the bat.
The song that represents a country and that is played in ceremonies.
National anthem.
The player behind home plate who catches the ball without being hit.
Catcher.
Get ready to hit the ball.
Up at bat.
A ball thrown on a curve, not straight, that is hard to hit.
Curveball.
An approximate number.
Ballpark figure.
To do something very well or very successfully.
Hit it out of the park.
A hit that strikes the ball out of the field.
Home run.
Ranking with the best in the whole world.
World class.
Do something quickly and in a disorganized way.
Scramble.
A player who plays in the area that is relatively far from the pitch.
Outfielder.
The next in line to do something.
Up to bat.
A set of baseball containing a turn at bat and a turn in field for each side.
Inning.
A hit that travels low along the baseline.
Line drive.
An unusual, crazy, or eccentric person.
Screwball.
Successfully gets to the base.
Safe.
The player who throws the ball to the batter.
Pitcher.
A person who controls and judges a baseball game.
Umpire.
Get the energy to throw the ball.
Wind up.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
World class.
That was a world-class performance that the actors displayed tonight.
World class.
We are building a world-class management team.
World class.
Our company aspires to be world-class leaders in IT development.
Curveball.
My boss threw me a curveball today, so I have to stay and work late.
Curveball.
It was a huge curveball when she asked me how many kids I wanted to have. How am I supposed to know?
Curveball.
I've been thrown so many curveballs this month with this new project. I can't take it anymore. Great job on that sales presentation. You really hit a home run. Our sales team hit a home run this month by doubling our revenue. Janice hit a home run today with her great dissertation on consumer psychology. Our team is ahead by 5 points. We are going to win. That runner is ahead of everyone else by more than 2 minutes. Our sales team is ahead by more than $1,000 on this month's target sales.
Scramble.
I woke up late today and had to scramble to work as fast as I could.
Scramble.
When Mike's cat got lost, we all scrambled around the neighborhood looking for him.
Scramble.
I saw a mouse in the kitchen, but he scrambled under the stove before I could catch it.